Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite Uncle Timmy, and today I have another special banger for you, right? Today I got some things I want to get off my chest, but before we get into the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. As like the video, push the video to the recommended, and of course subscribe and put your know the game for my daily uploads. Without further ado, let's hop straight into this video. Okay, so what I wanted to do was just strictly talk about gameplay today. I know I want to get into the builder, but there's a couple things I really want to talk about, as far as gameplay goes. And I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet, but I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are going to be able to relate to some of the issues that I'm having with 25. And by all means, let me know in the comment section how you feeling about this, okay? So let's just start off. First and foremost, NBA 2K25 has to be the most heavily delayed or input delayed 2K I've ever played. I don't think I've ever came across another 2K to where whatever I input in my controller, there is some type of delay getting to that animation. Now, I don't know if it's because, you know, this pro play, and I remember Czar, one of the devs, was saying that, you know, hey, when you implement some new technology in a game, it takes, you know, 3-4 years for it to truly, you know, get its optimum output. We're in year 3 or 4, so again, I'm not sure, but y'all know what I'm talking about, right? You're pressing your joystick to pass the ball. There's a long delay for that ball to get passed. You cross. There's a long delay. There's like, everything feels like there's just, the input is not as crisp as it wants to be. Now, one of my homies was like, well, maybe it's not the delay. Maybe it's just that, you know, it's the pro play. It's trying to be realistic. So, you know, if you're trying to cross back to the hand, it's going to be slower. Well, then if that's the case, we need to speed it up, because as much as, you know, I've always been an advocate for simulation and having a real game. At the end of the day, we also want to feel like the gameplay is moving crisp, right? It's not no just delay and lag and that type of. I don't want to say lag, because the game's not lagging, but it's not as crisp as the input. The combinations aren't as crisp, right? Everything that you're trying to input into the controller is not as crisp, and I would want that to be more crisp, even if it means sacrificing some simulation to make this game input just crisper. Now, I want y'all to, you know, let me know in the comment section how y'all feeling about this. But to me, I feel like that is something, the input delay or the lack of crispness when it comes to putting combinations together, or if you're like trying to pass the ball, it takes forever to wind up the pass to get it. Even if you have pass accuracy, I have a build that has a 94 pass accuracy, and I still feel like passes are just delayed. Like, things are just not coming together as you would expect, okay? Now, my second thing that I feel like 2K25 is really having issues with is that this has to be the most heavily animated game I've ever played. I feel like you cannot go one possession without 3 animations taking over, meaning you could literally just put your controller down, because there's animations galore taking over this game. I feel like 45% of this game is being played by just the animation. And, you know, and here's some examples, right? Have you ever got ripped? And when you got ripped, what does your player do when he gets ripped? He does this weird slippery animation, right? It's like this weird stun slippery animation. And I'm like, well, why is he doing that? Well, he's doing that because y'all remember in previous 2Ks, when people used to rip the ball handler, they'd be like, oh my God, but the ball handler gets the ball right back. So what did 2K do? They added the animation to where now when you get ripped, you get delayed for like a couple milliseconds, right? You get this little animation. And to me, I'm just like, dude, we can't do that, because that is just taking away from the flow of the game, right? Everybody knows when you get ripped, you don't sit there and just watch it, right? You're going to continue to try to get that ball. Same thing if you miss a layup, or if you miss a dunk, what happens? You do this little animation like your dude is absolutely shocked and just, you know, sits there and does this little wiggle animation. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Again, why is that? Was because when people say, yo, every single time I got a block, or they go up and miss a dunk or a layup, right? They're getting the offensive rebound back, right? And again, that was a complaint, and it was true. They were, you know, I felt like offensive players were getting offensive rebounds at a higher rate. It was almost like you benefited from head faking, getting blocked, and then going back up because you know you get the offensive rebound. All right, but the solution shouldn't be to have our guys in some stun animation, because again, it slows on the flow of the game. Again, you're moving your controller, trying to do something, and you're not doing it. Again, that's the input delay I'm talking about, because your dude's in a stun animation, right? So to me, animations like that just cannot be in the game, right? Also, why every single time we go to the basket, you can have 0 steal. If somebody was to press square, you're getting ripped. You're getting ripped. You're getting ripped. You go into the basket, you're getting ripped. You're going, I'm telling you, every single time, y'all know what I'm talking about. You're getting ripped going to the basket too frequently. I said this beforehand. I felt like the defense of 2K25 is really causing a lot of factors within that, because even though the defense has gotten better, I feel like the offense has just gotten worse as far as how people are trying to play the game. And in my humble opinion, we have to tone back that defense, or we have to extremely boost the offense. The offense needs to get a jetpack on his back, and we need to just skyrocket that thing to get offense, you know, back relevant again into the game, based upon the way that we want to play, you know. And that, to me, that's where I guess you can say where individuals are most happy, is if you have really good defense and really good offense. Right now, I just feel like the offense is definitely tagging behind on the defense, right? Even though defense gotten on ball steals nerfed, passing lane steals nerfed, but the reason why you don't have to worry about passing steals being nerfed, and listen, I don't want to sit here, I'm just going on a straight bash. I'm just gonna say one more thing, and then I'm gonna stop. The passing in this game, again, might be the worst passing I played in every 2K. Actually, I feel like everything I'm talking about today is the worst it's ever been in any 2K. The people, when you see somebody wide open on a fast break, your guy will throw the ball in the back of the defender's head. I'm dead serious. Like, we know this. We know this. We all been there. We're like, dog, why in a fast, why is he doing that, right? We also know that you're sitting there in a triple threat or whatever it might be, and you see somebody cut into the basket. You press pass, it'll literally hit the person that's guarding you straight in the face. You're just like, dude, like, well, then what am I supposed to do? I can't control the pass, right? And I know some people are gonna be like, well, if you hold square and circle at the same time, he'll throw it over the head. No, listen, bro, we not doing all that, dog. We not doing all that. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? We're trying to play a basketball game, and when someone's going to the basket, and we know good and dang on well, ain't nobody in real life gonna throw the ball and hit the person straight in the face that's guarding them on someone that's cut to the basket. But that happens so much. Every single time you get somebody close on you, someone's cutting to the basket, like, you literally can't do nothing. You're just like, bro, why don't you pass it? Because you know I'm gonna hit the dude in the face that's guarding me, right? It happens all the time. Passing the ball to your left, to your right, of course, that's not an issue. But passing the ball that involves the defender that's guarding you in front of them, you're gonna hit them like 90% of the time, and that shouldn't happen. Because we all know in a fast break, the trajectory of your pass is not gonna be right in the freaking face or right on the head, the back of the head, the temple of the person that's guarding you, okay? So there's so many more things I want to talk about. I know I want to get into the builder, but I want to just say this again, preach, just to sum it up. We have to fix this input delay on 2K. I don't know if it's the Pro Toon, not the Pro Toon, the new animations and the new dribble system that's put into the game, because remember, the new dribble system's new, so maybe that's going to take another year or two to get whatever. We have to fix the input delay. We have to tone down the animations that are just keeping us from playing the game, but we literally just put our controller down and wait for our guy to continue his little stun animation that he gets, whatever. And then we also got to fix the passing lanes, okay? So there's much more, but I don't want to sit here and just go on like a 90-minute rant, but I just want to spoon feed y'all these 3 things, and I want y'all to let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about the 3 issues that I just pointed out, all right? But other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really, really soon on the Banger, man. You know, when I say back soon on the Banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.